Don't fear failure and pursue what it is that you're truly passionate about.
From as far back as I can remember, I wanted to be a hero. I was a TV baby. While the other kids were doing active things, going out, playing sports and all, I was just sitting in front of the TV. That little box just fascinated the hell out of me. Films just fascinated the hell out of me. I knew very early on what I used to enjoy most and what I was good at were the same thing. So for me, it was a no-brainer. I wanted to do mainstream Hindi films as a lead actor ever since I was a kid. When I was about in 10th grade, these questions start cropping up. What are you really going to do with your life? You have no filmy background. You have no familial connections in the industry, and the extent to which our industry is fraternized, it's very difficult for outsiders to break in. At that time, there was no case example other than Shah Rukh Khan, which was again at that time 10 years ago. So obviously to me at that time it felt very far-fetched. It felt like this is too far-fetched for me, it's never going to happen for me. I might as well do something more practical, something more reasonable. So I decided to become a copywriter, a creative writer. And that's what I pursued from about 15 to 19. Because that's the other thing I enjoy doing the most is writing. I kind of followed that path until this incident in university in America changed my life. I was late in registering for classes, and it just so happened that the only class that had a seat left was acting 1 for non-majors. So I was sitting with these telecom students. The instructor said, I don't want to know who you are. He was like, I don't want to know who you are. I don't want to know where you're from. Don't tell me anything about yourself. Just go up with a clean slate and just perform. Just perform. So everybody did something or the other. I went up there also. Now I had not performed, I had not been in front of an audience for years. And I started saying this monologue from Diwar. Obviously nobody understood anything. It was that moment. I walked back to my seat and I was like, shit, this is it, yeah. This is what I should be doing. This is what I love doing. I have one life. Am I going to compromise on the one thing I want to do most? Do I want to be 35 years old and look back and say I should have taken my chances when I was 23? I'm going to take the chance for whatever it's worth. I'll give it an X amount of years in my life. So I finished my degree and I came back and started hustling. It went on for 3.5 years. I was an assistant director for a while just to get some on-set experience, network with people in the industry. So I was an AD for a while. Then I dabbled in theatre and I was like, okay, I need to just keep a more concentrated focus now. So I did the conventional thing. I got my portfolio clicked and I was meeting directors, producers, and it was a hustle. It was anybody who was willing to see it or even give you 5 minutes, you just land up and make it known that you're a new actor who is available for work on the market. My USP at the time was that I was a completely fresh face. And one day I got a call and they were like, it's Yash Raj Films, it's a lead role, so come give an audition. And I knew it's a very big audition for me, so I gave it my best shot.
There are times when I feel like I am an outsider. When you're hanging out with a bunch of people who've been born into the industry, that's when you sort of feel, well, I'm new to this place. So when I landed on the set of Band Baja Barat, everything was new.
Competition is for those people who look at numbers. I don't look at the numbers. For me, it's very simple. At the end of my life, at the end of my career as an actor, as a creative person, I'll have a shelf of DVDs of my films, and I should be proud of every installment in that body of work. I should look back and say that this was a good story. This entertained people. I did my best in this. I should be proud of every DVD that's on that shelf. Whether or not it made money or it didn't make money, that in the long run and at the end of my career will not matter to me. What will matter to me is the quality of work. I'm most happy to be doing what I'm doing. Very few people are as blessed as I am to have the opportunity to do for a living what they love to do so much. I can't see myself doing anything else. Like when I get up and I have to go to work, it doesn't feel like I'm going to work. It feels like I'm going to have fun. And I actually get bummed out at the end of the workday. I'm like, that's it. Do I have to leave the set now? Do I have to go out into the big bad world where there's all this peripheral nonsense that comes along with just doing this? Can I just remain on set? So I love what I do.